I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Hey, all you cool cappuccinos and latte lovers. Let me open your eyes. Take you wonder by wonder. Today on Exclamation Mark Cafe, we explore grind size. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming of a perfect cup of coffee. Hey, all you cool cappuccinos and latte lovers out there in coffee land, welcome to Exclamation Mark Cafe, where we put an emphasis on good coffee. We're working with the AeroPress today. Last week we covered temperature. This week we're going to go over grind size, but before we do that, let's hop into Mark and the Bean talk. Wish I had a cool little intro for this segment. Maybe we'll come up with that in the next episodes. Last week I just quickly brushed over it. This week let's go a little deeper. Light versus dark roast. Light roasts are cooked less, dark roasts are cooked more. That's why the appearance in a light roast, the beans will actually look lighter. Dark roast, the beans will look darker and they start to get you some of those coffee oils. So if you like the heavier notes and the oily flavors, you'll be a dark note person. If you like more fruity and acidic notes, you'll be a light roast person. So light roasts are gaining more popularity now because these fancy single origin coffees coming from different places like Ethiopia and Colombia, you get the flavors of the origin, where that coffee's picked, the elevation stuff, all that comes through in a light roast. So you're getting a more organic coffee flavor in a light roast. The more you roast it, you lose those qualities. The further down to the dark spectrum you go, it's all about the roast. So the more you roast it, you get flavors on the heavier end, like chocolates, nuts, and oils. The lighter roasts are fruity and acid. The lighter roast is the fruitier acid. So I hope that helps explain the difference between lighter and dark roasts. Okay, here are the grinds we're going to be using. Coarse, medium, and fine. Fine is what we use on a daily basis in our espresso machine. So this is like talc. It's dialed in for the espresso machine. We'll see how it tastes in the AeroPress. Coarse, this is more like Rocky Road. This is something you'd use in a French press. And a lot of the world championships for the AeroPress use a coarser grind these days. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Medium somewhere in the middle. It's like table salt or sea salt, somewhere around there. So we're going to pop all these in the AeroPress, 90-degree temperature, 40-second brew time, 20 stirs, just like last week. See what we get. Alright, now we're all set up. I've pre-weighed all our beans and got the kettle boiled to 90 degrees Celsius, which is what we decided last episode would work. So let's brew some coffee. That's it. We have 3 cups of coffee. Let's clean up a bit. Okay, we got our 3 cups of coffees here, and you can see the different levels of extraction. What we mean by extraction is coffee is a solution of water and coffee beans, and the stronger the solution, the higher the extraction level is. You can see with the coarse grind, the coffee is lighter, it's more watery, because the coffee has less surface area to dissolve on. The medium grind's a little darker, and the fine grind's the darkest yet. And you can change your extraction with temperature like we did last week, with brew times, brew methods, and grind size. So I just wanted to touch on that before we got tasting. Alright, so let's start off by tasting the coarse one. Looks like it's under extracted. Let's see how it tastes. Can't notice the flavors on the nose at all. getting flashbacks to the 60-degree temperature from last week. It's definitely under extracted. Very plain Jane. Let's try the medium. Not getting anything on the nose here. Wow, what a difference. That's huge, the difference between those two cups. Wow, yeah, that's really good, that medium. Full flavor, higher acidity, definitely got the sweetness and the fruity tones to it. It's really good. I love it. So obviously it's a little more extracted, which is what the light roasts need. You can change that with temperature, grind size, or brew time. So this course, it could be a good cup of coffee, just needs longer brew time or higher temperature or something like that. Let's try the fine. Yep, starting to get bitter, as expected. Not too bad. It's good. I think what I'm going to do to make this week's perfect cup of coffee is I'm going to take the medium grind, which is obviously the best out of these three, and I'm going to lengthen the brew time. See what happens. Okay, here we go. We'll try a 2-minute total brew time. Somebody's here.
You ordered Nation beer?
Yeah. Okay, we've rinsed our paper filter, weighed out our beans. Let's tear our scale. We're going full recipe, 17 grams of coffee over, and then 200 milliliters of water. We're going over 10 seconds. Okay, so here we have it, this week's winning recipe. 17 grams of coffee, 200 milliliters of water, brewed over 2.5 minutes. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, you definitely get the full aromas coming up. That's wake up in the morning with a smile smell coming off this cup of coffee. It's good. It's really good. It's a perfect cup of coffee. Okay, so that's it for this week. Join us next week when we really hammer home the Iconoclast beans. We're going to finish this little mini-series. I hope you are enjoying watching it. We're going to do the award-winning perfect cup of coffee with those beans, using everything we've learned and some things that we haven't brought out of the toolbox yet. Man, that's a good cup of coffee. No one to tell us no.